Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Loan Officer Wealth Podcast. We have Brian Cooke with us here today, who is known by many to be the most efficient mortgage broker in the nation. Also, number 16 on the Scotsman's Guide as far as loans produced. And it will shock most of you to know that he does all of that production by himself. So, Brian, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here and share a little bit of my story with everyone.
That's awesome. Well, let's start with that. First off, how did you get into the industry and how did you grow to be, you're in the top 20 of mortgage professionals in the country. What did that journey look like?
Graduating out of college in 2001, there wasn't that many opportunities right after the dot-com crash. So my hometown of Burlingame, California is where a company called Provident Funding was, predominantly known as the price leader in the wholesale channel. So I just stayed there for 16 years. Most of the time I was just originating in their retail retention department. And then finally in 2016, I left them to join Movement Mortgage for a brief stint where, I really enjoyed their marketing approach and their culture and their speed to close. So I took a lot of what I accumulated from Provident and Movement to go over to Ethos Lending and create a retail consumer direct channel from the ground up. And we were able to scale that to about 100 million per quarter within a few months. And then I met my current business partner, Tyler Flora there. And that's when we decided, let's just start our own brokerage and make it more efficient with just obsession with client experience and just deliver extremely low prices. And that's where we are today. Fast forward 5 years ago now. And it's been quite an experience. And I love the market. I love this industry. I love helping people. It's just a great profession.
That's incredible. Okay, so you dropped there, you got to 100 million in volume per quarter, and you built that pipeline in like not years but months.
Correct. That's the beauty of the consumer direct channel. A lot of loan officers are realtor dependent, which takes time to build that relationship and that flow of business with consumer direct. If you're able to, get on these lead aggregator sites like the Zillow mortgage rate table, bank rate, flip of a switch, and it's like instant volume. And it's great because you can control your lead flow with the consumer direct channel. You don't know when you're going to get your next referral from a realtor. So for scaling LOs and just growing a lot of volume, there's nothing better than consumer direct.
Yeah, that's amazing. So we've been digital marketing in the mortgage industry for years and years and years. And so I've had the conversation ad nauseum with clients that are buying leads from us, that the leads are no good, nobody picks up the phone, they've got bad credit, online leads suck. So how are you able to take those leads and turn them actually into closed funded business? Again, you're a process guy. What does your process look like for handling that level of consumer direct business?
I keep things extremely simple. I run my whole business off of an Excel spreadsheet. I have like 30 different columns. I punch in the data, like when that task was completed. I use color codes. So, yeah, to do the sheer volume I do, you have to just keep it very streamlined, very like assembly line business model. Uh, but it just goes back to delivering an extremely high level of service. I have some stats here. So in 2019, I bought 721 leads. I was able to close 280 of them. These are predominantly refinances during the when rates started to drop. Of those 721 leads, I ended up generating 316 referrals. I closed 193 of them. And then in 2020, I closed 460 repeat clients, generated 1,088 referrals, closed 635 of them. It just keeps going. 2021 closed 399 repeat clients, generated 501 referrals, and closed 257 of them.
Wow. Is no, so to clarify that, is that all of the original 721 leads that you bought?
Yeah. So those leads, it cost me $120,000, and over the course of 3 years, it generated over 10 million in revenue.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And the thing that you just like dropped massive value on this podcast is you're tracking referrals from online leads.
I
Oh,
track everything. You got to track your key performance indicators, the things that you want to improve. If you don't track it, you have no baseline. You don't know where you stand. So yeah, I track a lot of key metrics. I treat my profession like a pro athlete would. I break up the year into seasons, into weeks. Each week is a season, and getting better than where you were the week before. And big on momentum, and keep riding the wave, and don't stop. Just keep plugging along.
that's it. Playing every week, and what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed grows.
Yeah.
So, I'm very interested in process. So, to do that volume of lead gen, do you have a CRM that's automatically following up with the leads? Do you have a team or a concierge agent that's calling those leads and booking appointments for you? What does the actual process look like when lead is generated, it shows up, then what happens?
You have to be relentless with your speed to lead. Uh, Probably nothing more important than speed to lead. The quicker you get to the client, the sooner you gain momentum, and they get you to move forward. Um, Really, it's just I create as many general templates for my communication with clients during the process. But it goes back, I guess, to my spreadsheet. I have one document that I look at, and I can see my entire pipeline of 100 loans, and I just don't go to bed until I run through that every single night. Nothing slips through the cracks. Um, but I mean, I just keep it extremely simple. I don't set appointments either. I just attack everything as it comes up during the day, with a focus on responding to clients instantaneously. Not everyone's bombarding you at once, but you get peppered throughout the whole day. I prioritize that first, and I just able to manage everything else in between all that stuff. I think if you're setting appointments, you're just that in itself is inefficient. I think because you're limiting yourself to those blocks of time, and it just takes too much mental capacity to organize all that. Why not just attack everything as it comes, and just I treat my day like that carnival game where you're trying to whack whack moles,
Whack
and
'em all.
just eliminate fires as they come up. And for the consumer, that's the best experience. I have a mantra like don't leave any consumer or client waiting. Just everybody wants a response and certainty these days, and giving them that peace of mind and confidence that you're there for them, and you got it taken care of is extremely important.
Yeah, absolutely. And customer experience leads to referrals. And what I love is, so 721 leads, 281 closings, but 316 referrals out of that. So I'm very interested in your referral process. As you're working a deal, are you asking for referrals while you're working the deal with the client? Do you wait until the deal funds and then are you asking for referrals? Do you have a process for that? What does that look like?
Yeah, no, it's again, keep it very simple. After loan funds, I thank them for the business, thank them for the opportunity to help them, and I send one email out that asks if you have any friends or family that who's looking to purchase a refinance, send them my way. But it goes back to that client experience, the customer experience. A lot of my clients are extremely savvy, sourcing them from online rate tables. They know what they're doing. They've been through this process before, but going through the process with me is different than what they have experienced before. So they have that to compare to, and uh, it's just how memorable you make the experience and how easy it is. You just automatically will get referrals.
And do you take certain chunks of the year or time of the year to focus on the database and reconnect with people and go through the database and reconnect with people to drive more of those referrals?
I do check-ins around the 6 month mark with all my past clients. And again, going back to that spreadsheet, I have everything just in a linear or chronological order. So it's just very, very easy to go back, hit them up, see if we can benefit by a refi, change loan programs. Uh, but yeah, definitely you should add, 6 months, 12 months reviews with your past clients. Don't neglect them. Continue to add value for them. I have a good weekly newsletter that goes out about housing and real estate at the end of every Friday. But I don't do too much of the just uh, other types of marketing to my past clients. I just try to keep it somewhat low key. Don't bother them unless I have something of importance to tell them.
Right. Yep. Keep it simple. Right.
Yep.
That's awesome. Now, I'm interested, you do a fantastic job for your clients. You have savvy clients that you're bringing in. Do you leverage those into professional referrals? Like if you have a client who doesn't have a relationship with a financial planner or an insurance advisor, will you open up those relationships and build referral pipelines from those professionals, from the leads?
I haven't, but we've recently created partnerships to be able to help them with insurance.
Mhm.
So insurance partnerships, uh, but no, not particularly. I've stayed away from investing in realtor relationships until recently. So I haven't landed a big partnership out in Idaho with about 450 realtors, just being their main mortgage professional for their entire company. So that's exciting, and I'm looking forward to wowing realtors through the whole process as well, and just attacking every channel. Keep pounding the consumer direct channel, the realtors, past clients, referrals, just being relentless. And I have a goal of getting to 1 billion for 2024. So I'm fired up. I mean, this is a market where winners win, and if you don't have the right mindset, you're just gonna go do something else probably. The industry is so oversaturated when, on the origination front, I think probably 20-25% more than the business allows for it right now. Uh, so it's just,
Brian,
as
you
always,
mentioned,
the
oh,
best
sorry.
rise to the top. And this is a market where that's what we're seeing happening. So
Yeah, discipline and systems. And I love your mentality on how you look at things. Like, I'm going to approach realtor relationships. Let me go get a whale that's got 250 agents in an office, and that's going to be my first foray into realtor marketing. Have you always looked at the business that way? Like, you're always looking at those like highly leveraged opportunities?
yeah, I think time is money. Time is their most precious resource, and why not just go big or go home? You have nothing to lose, and you just got to ask for it. You have to have the confidence in yourself that you can bring it and you can do it better than anybody else, and go for it. Just go for it all.
That is amazing. And to come back to kind of like the tip of the spear or the top of the funnel, depending on how you look at that, do you have a favorite lead source that you've come across over the years that you find you just enjoy working with the most?
Past clients, referrals, then the consumer direct channel, the your online rate table, savvy consumer, people that just know what they're doing. I'm very fast, get it done. They're the same way. I don't need to spend more than 5 minutes with them. They know what they want. I listen, I strategize, I deliver, I give it to them in a very efficient, simple manner. So that's my, favorite clientele is people
That's
that
awesome.
can handle the high speed that I operate at.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And then the online rate table stuff, are you buying from a whole bunch of different sources or just like one aggregate?
Several aggregates, several of them. Yeah, don't
Awesome.
want to put all your eggs in one basket if something goes wrong with that. So that's why, again, go back to diversification, less risk for your business. It's extremely important.
That is incredible. So now I know that there's going to be people going, "Ah, just the volume that you're doing is mind-boggling when you think about the process of you originating, talking to the initial clients, doing the qualification, and then actually processing them. So I'm very interested about your process. I know you've got everything on one main spreadsheet and you're checking it every day, but it was like, so no loan officer assistance, no, talk to me about the process of somebody says, okay, I'm going to submit an application. You get the application. What happens after that?
Well, actually, I did bring in a processor last summer as I grew purchase business. So I still do the entire. I do a lot of my own marketing. I control the whole lead flow and turning on and off leads. I handle all that myself. I talk to the client. I take the application. I review all the docs. I submit everything into underwriting. I have a processor that does all my outreach for third parties like insurance, employment verification, ordering title. But I've still reviewed everything as they come in, make sure it's what it is, send it to the lender. So I'm still extremely involved through the whole process. I get the loan closed, scheduled closing. Um, but I need to pull myself back. That's been the hardest part is letting go, right? Delegating those tasks to someone that you trust and can get it done as good as you can has been my struggle. But I just incorporated a LOA, loan officer assistant, to my process to take the file from the conditional approval stage to closing. And I just have to do that. There's only so much that I can do by myself, and to expand and hit my goals of 1 billion a year, which is like, I don't know, like 180 loans a month. I'm going to need help,
Yeah,
but I think it can be done with maybe 4 to 5 LOAs.
that's amazing.
But I'm going to give it a try.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna do it too.
Yeah,
It's just a matter. I mean, if you can get the volume that you're doing at the scale that you're doing it right now, you can do a billion, no problem. That's absolutely phenomenal. Um, well, Brian, thank you so much for being so generous with the information and with your time. How do people find out more about you? If there's somebody in the mortgage industry that wants to reach out, how do people get a hold of you?
my Instagram is EECOOKE. I post a lot of mindset, hustle, motivation. Uh, my email, bcooke at sunnyhillfinancial.com. My cell phone, 650-678-0283.
That is amazing. Well, again, thank you so much for being on the show and for being so generous with your knowledge today. I truly and sincerely appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Right on. And to all of our listeners out there, if that isn't worth a 5 star on iTunes, I don't know what is. So make sure you head on over to iTunes, leave us a 5 star review on the show. And if you're watching this on social media, make sure you give a great shout out to Brian for the fantastic episode. And we're looking forward to seeing you in the next show.